Welcome to Happy Hour, a quick sixer podcast with two dudes, six beers, and six topics. If this is your first time joining us, crack open a beverage and enjoy the ride. Yeah. Ooh. It's your boys. Welcome back to Happy Hour, a quick sixer podcast, episode 3. It's your boys, Pat Arts, Drew Pasley. You know, we're back with it. 6 topics, couple beers between the two of us. 3 new ones. Oh, well, actually, one old classic in my lineup. I know Drew's probably got his own, you know, them green boys, them soldiers.
They always in the fridge.
But yeah, I got 2 on the lineup plus one we're gonna start out with that I've never had. This is actually my first sip of this brewery. So this beer is called White Blackbird, and it's by Wild Heaven Beer in Atlanta. So, and you know, I don't go with them light boys. So yeah, I think it's like a 6%. I don't want to say it unless it is. Yeah, 6%. So you know what I'm saying. The other guys I got to are not chill. What do
you mean?
Yeah.
They're high content?
Oh yeah. One's
you like the high content, don't you?
I do mostly. But here we go. This is the first go on this one.
He drinking it right now.
Let's just say song. Ooh, that's a nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's a nice
Blackbird. Ooh,
I like this. I like this logo too. This is good. I don't really fuck with drinking out of cans too often. I'll pour it in a glass or I'll drink out of bottles. But this is nice.
Ooh,
so good work, Atlanta. You know,
I don't drink out of the cans unless I'm tall boys. You know, I get them tall boys.
Yeah, because you bullshit like that.
Ooh.
Anyways, let's get this shit started. You know, welcome back to Happy Hour Quick Sixer Podcast. This is episode 3. If you haven't noticed by now, we're releasing our episodes on the 6th, 12th, 18th, 24th of the months. So if you don't see one during those days, just wait for the next one, because that's when our lineups are headed out. Ooh. I know. It's so good, right? Just on point.
Yeah, you're doing really good with this whole marketing scheme campaign thing.
Yeah. So we're going to have 6 topics for you on this go around. We got a couple beers that we just showed off. Drew's drinking that Stella. I'm drinking that White Blackbird. We're going to start it off, though, with something I saw on Instagram. And Drew, I don't even know how to explain this, but it's Busch Light's Buschel Pack. 56 beers is in this thing. So the picture I saw looked something like a some good old boys, we'll call them, right? Like out on a farm or some shit. And this shit looked like a bale of hay, but it was a beer case. You know?
Wait. So what's going on? This is like a new thing that they've just released?
No. Like... Well, you know how was it PBR or maybe it was Natty Light or something released that one really long case like last summer or something.
Yeah.
It was like 100 beers or something. Same thing, I think. But I was just like, man, who is drinking 56 Busch Lights? Like,
bro, I know a few people.
What's up, Middle America? We know it's you.
I know a few of your relatives that take down some.
Nah, none of my relatives touching any Busch Light. Maybe some Bud Light. But
you know, my dad always drank that the Milwaukee Beast.
Oh shit!
That. Yeah,
Milwaukee's best.
Them Beasts.
You could buy that shit a 12 pack for like I think like $6 or $7 at some point. There was like a Walmart, a neighborhood Walmart, so it's just like a grocery store Walmart.
Yeah,
that was down the street from our house in Memphis. And man, when we used to go there, like I feel like right when we turned 21, my parents were sending us out for beer runs like every second. So
yeah,
when we went, I was always like, oh man, look at this cheap ass shit. Like, and one of the dudes that worked that was always at my house, he drank that, and I was like, man, fuck this beer. But
You know,
Still,
I didn't even like think about, beer as a drink at the time when I was a kid and seeing my dad drink Milwaukee's Best. But what's funny is I just literally thought that was his favorite drink. I was like, oh, this is his favorite drink or whatever. And I grew up and I went to college and I went to the, refrigerated side and I see that's the lowest tier. That's the lowest tier, beer. And I was like, oh no, that's not his favorite. He just frugal. He just cheap as hell. He get the cheapest fucking beer he can get.
Hey, the dude that used to come to our house, my mom used to always give him shit and say that same thing to him. Like, you cheap motherfucker, just like buy some Bud Light or something. If you're gonna buy a light beer or Milwaukee's, whatever the fuck. But anyways, dude, these I don't understand. Like, I wanted to bring this up because I was like, how some breweries they'll sell in like 4-pack, 6-packs, 12, 18, whatever, 24.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you barely ever see these like really robust packages. It's like it's kind of a weird thing. Like, who? I mean, besides Stella. Well, actually, here's the question:
What?
How much would you be willing to spend for a Buschel Stella pack? 56.
Well,
56 soldiers in that.
Here's the thing: you get a Stella, like it is one of the pricier, like cheap kind of beers or whatever, cheaply made kind of beers. And when you go, it's like a 6-pack is like $9.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to a 12-pack, which is like 15. And then you hit up on that 24-pack and it's 25. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, if we're going to keep going down each time for a 56, I'm thinking like $51, $52.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, price-wise, that makes sense. That's how much you're willing to pay, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I pay whatever, you know what I'm saying? If my wife would let me get a 56-pack, then I'd just go ahead.
I'm saying. Like, you got to move some shit around in the closet for that one. The pantry ain't holding it. I don't know if you guys know, California, well, at least a lot of the apartments, do not have pantries at all. So, oof. I mean, do you guys have pantry?
No, we don't actually.
See, every apartment I lived in LA did not have a pantry. So, yeah, shout out to pantries for that.
Shout out to pantries. I feel like the same thing. I feel like I never stayed in a place with a pantry. It's always just like one little cupboard that you have to use to like fit all of your
everything.
Stuff in.
Some bullshit. Mm-hmm. It's like the weird thing about LA, there's no pantries and only like half the city has air conditioning, like real air conditioning, like central AC, which is like some bullshit. Like the valley is hot as hell. And like,
for sure,
I
moved into this place. There was one air unit downstairs, like small ass shit. And they told me that that's supposed to heat and cool both floors. I'm like, nah,
bro.
Ain't no way. Happen. That's why I don't know if you can see. Got that little thing right here. This little white thing. It's so good, man. It's so good. We had one for our bedroom, and then I had to make one, put one in the office because you be sweaty. When I start working, I do not like stop no matter what. And then like,
no. You be ghosting me. I'd be texting you, be like, "Yo, what's up with? We'll check these stats." And you don't text back for like 2 days.
Don't call me out.
This man ghosts me forever. I'm almost like, bro, we just launched something together. Like, I haven't seen you do anything. Anyway,
well, I stay ghosting Pat.
I know.
I know if I pick up that phone, it'll be 45 minutes, and I gotta.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what I'm saying. I love you.
I know it. So yeah, man. I don't know. Like this whole Buschel
How much did you pay?
I don't know, man.
Wait, what's your favorite beer nowadays? And then I'll ask that beer for 56.
Okay. My favorite beer right now.
You've been fucking with that Nashville brewery for a bit.
I have the Bearded Iris Home Style might be my favorite beer right now.
What kind? Is it like a Pilsner?
It's an IPA. It's an IPA. Okay. But it's like I want to get them on here so I can ask them about this, but I feel like there's some kind of citrusy thing going on in there that like it tastes different from any other IPA I've ever had. And it's like, it's not as hoppy as I think you'd say like even Lagunitas is or something like that. But like when you have, I don't know, man, and they only sell it in 4-packs, or you can go get it like a growler fill or something like that. But like, and that's, I mean, it's pretty expensive at the store. The 4-pack, $13.
Whew.
I know, but
Serious?
they sell it. It's seriously, but there's 16 ounces, so.
So that's
you're basically getting 5 beers.
Yeah.
Still though.
So how much would you pay for that? 56.
Ooh, bruh. Ooh.
Wait, what's the alcohol content in that one? You remember?
7.
That's why there's only 4 in that motherfucking pack.
Oh, I know. Don't believe me. I got one. I got a couple in the fridge right now. I didn't want to give them, like the full 3-episode hype already. We got.
Oh yeah.
We gotta have some conversation.
We were hard on them for the first 2. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need to go ahead and get them on here, so we just talk to them.
Yeah, no, that's the game plan though. Shout out to them though. They liked our first episode and gave us some props on it. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think we should move past this bushel pack. I think I will pay for 56 home styles $100.
Ooh. Now, how much would
your
wife let you pay for that?
Oh, she wouldn't know about that. No.
Wait, did you tell me that you saw that physically in a store? Like you saw it, or you just heard about it?
No. I saw an ad. Like it popped up. Okay. It popped up in my Instagram feed, and there was one of those generated ads.
Yeah.
Like shit that you're supposed to like based on what you follow.
Of course, you would get a 56 beer ad.
I was like, damn, man. Even Instagram thinks I'm alcoholic. Whatever. Instagram hating on my ass. Fuck them. But anyway, we should probably segue out of this. Right. We wanted to talk about what paying off student loans and debt in time of Corona.
Ooh, yeah. So which I got a good announcement to make.
Oh shit!
I recently paid off my student loan. Deal. Finally.
Damn,
Boy's
bro.
32. Had a student loan this whole time. Had $188 come out of my checking account every month since I was in college.
Damn.
And
bro.
then I actually, speaking of, so when Corona started, I got an email from the federal student loan that said, we will defer your payments for a bit if you need help. But I never checked anything or selected anything. I didn't go and sign in and say, defer my payments. So blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, like I realized like the past 4 months or whatever, none of my payments have gone through. I haven't seen like 188 come out of my checking account.
Yeah, it was a federal thing.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? So I went and I checked it, and they deferred it anyway without me saying so. And so I was like, what the fuck? And then because I just wanted to get it over with, but at this point. Yeah. And then I went to the site and saw that I only had 1,000 left. And instead of waiting until November, because I thought that I'd be over with it, by now, I was like, fuck it. And just paid it off and saw that zero balance. And I was like,
bro, you just making money now. Like you don't got no debt.
I don't have any debt right now.
Damn. That must feel nice. My ass ain't never gonna not have debt. So I'm saying
you're staying at debt.
I'm staying at debt. You know,
mortgage now.
Yeah, I got a mortgage now. My wife just had to go to grad school. That was the thing. She just had to get her master's degree. She just had to go to a good school too. Like, goddamn. Yeah, blowing it. But we gonna be in that debt, bro. But
so tell me now, like you and Meg got to keep your jobs during coronavirus, right?
Yeah. Knock on wood that's still a thing.
Yeah.
For a while. yeah, we got to keep our jobs. We actually, this is topical on the topic of loans because if we stay in our jobs, how do I say this without saying it? If we stay in our jobs for 10 years or stay associated with an institution that is a shit.
Don't know how to put
Anyways,
it.
if I stay in this job for 10 years, then my loans are supposed to be forgiven.
Oh, really?
So, oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really cool.
So I think Meg's like 3 years deep now. So, 7 more if she wants to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
So, we've talked about this probably in the first episode too about like
but,
when coronavirus hit, both of us were lucky to keep our jobs and everything.
mhm.
But like, imagine one losing your job, you can't pay your bills. That's one thing.
Oh yeah.
Then imagine losing your job, not being able to pay your bills, and also being in debt. Like, I can't even fathom what it would be like to not only owe money to people from the past, but also not be able to survive. Like, and they thought
Yeah.
that like what $1,200 was going to do it.
But where is
So
that second check at? You know
I'm
what I'm
just
saying?
trying to say where does
Where is the second check that I keep
don't
hearing
know.
rumors of?
I don't know. I want that second check to come in.
You know what I'm saying?
I can do something good with that.
Really could, and then, what you said about buying the house. Yeah, that was a whole. I mean, obviously, I'm in the fucking house right now, but
Doing it right now.
and that was like a whole different thing. Like like you go into debt, like going into school because our whole generation got tricked into that. So screw you guys for that one. But yeah, and then they're like expecting everybody to be okay and like be able to buy houses and whatnot. So we're like lucky enough that we worked enough to where we were eligible or like we get qualified to buy a house. So, which is cool. Like our credit score is still legit because we made payments and whatnot. It's just whatever. But yeah, man, I straight up, like no lies, if one of us lost a job, we'd have to sell this house. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like it's no joke. Like, it's
I mean,
sketchy.
that's 100% what's happening to most of America right now. Like 100%. The housing market is going to go crazy at some point. I don't know why it hasn't yet, but like it feels like and I'm not, I have no agenda towards like coronavirus and how America handles it. All I'm saying is there's people struggling right now because of debt and like what America has put, we have put Americans in debt since the beginning, It's crazy. It's crazy to think like now we didn't prepare for that. We didn't prepare for a pandemic, right? So now all these people who are in debt are having to deal with the consequences of that just because of something that our government couldn't handle in the first place.
Yeah.
It's like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not cool at all. Like, just looking at other countries, dude, we're so far behind on so many things. And like, you definitely, everyone that I know and everyone, I mean, us included, love America. But the fact of the matter is, like, we are not on top anymore.
No.
Like, it's just a fact. Like,
for sure.
But, and it bums me out, man. It's like, because, growing up in the USA, you're like, oh shit, we're Americans,
proud.
like,
proud to be American. Yeah.
Like the proudest country ever.
Yeah.
You don't see people from France coming over and being like, I'm French, that's not a thing, like it's not a thing that happens.
No.
Or like, I'm from Uruguay, like, bruh, okay. Like that shit's not happening. So it's like being an American is kind of like it's a weird, I don't know. Like it's kind of all of our shame from all the past is like really out there right now. So it kind of sucks, man. Like, I don't like being the laughing stock of the world, like I don't like that. I want to be I want to be top tier American. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
were talking about, like right after World War II, he was like the shit. You know, not that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be that guy. But
speaking of World War II, you know, in 2014, I guess I went to World War II. In 2014, I went to Europe, and I was hitching a train from Berlin to Budapest or something. I can't remember. Oh, no, it was Prague. And on the way, somebody came into our like private car because there was not any seats. Like it was one of those, you could sit wherever. And it was this old guy, and he was like, he was a professor or something going to teach in Prague, you know, whatever, but he's coming from Berlin. And we started talking, and I imagine what it was like for Germans to deal with like people asking them about the history of, you know, Hitler and Nazis and all that stuff. And I tried to like dance around it. Like I really wanted to hear his opinion on it because he's a professor. He teaches history. He's like smart. So I was like, hey, so, you know, what is your take on like what people think of Germany? I can't remember the exact question, but I was like, what people think about Germany because of what happened in World War II and Hitler and all that stuff. And you know, we'd already talked about me being American. Obviously I'm American and all that stuff. And he was like, what do you think people think about people from America, the history of America, who had mass genocide, took over Native Americans, And I was like, you right. I was like, you right. You did that. Did
you guys keep talking, or did he shut you up?
No. It was a good conversation. He wasn't mad that I talked about it or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was like, you know, that's not part of like my history personally, because like I wasn't around that during that time or whatever. He wasn't. I guess he wasn't old enough. He must have been born right after or something like that.
All right.
And so he was like, it's not really part of my history, but like the same thing, you know, with America, like you guys also have the same history. And I was like, I didn't think about it like that, you know, because it seems as if Hitler is so prominent. And when we talk about history in America, we don't talk about the genocide. We don't talk about taking over Native Americans, you know, and taking their land and giving them diseases and all that stuff. And it's kind of weird, you know, that quote, like, winners write the history books. You remember that? You know that quote? So I don't know, man. It's weird. I guess you got to have a little perspective.
Yeah.
You know, you can be proud of America, but you got to think about, like, I feel you. We got to get back on top. We got to get back on.
It's whack. I mean, I don't know if there's so many random things that have been coming out that are like, man, we really fucking suck. Like at some things. Like, did you watch? There's a documentary about the USA gymnastics team. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Oh, I watched it.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? Like, what?
I know.
Anyways, so our background on this whole thing. So it turns out this physical therapist doctor dude for the USA Gymnastics was like basically being a creepy rapey fuck for like 20 years, like for a long time. And like this dude had abused like hundreds of girls, you know, possibly like probably maybe thousands. I don't know. But yeah, go check it out. It's on Netflix. I wish I recall it right now, like what it's called. But I can't remember what it's called.
I don't remember what it is. But I mean, it's easy to look up.
Yeah. So, anyways, it kind of brought some perspective to me personally because right after the last gymnastics team won gold, I think a year or so afterwards, I got to do a commercial with a couple of them in their gym for Adidas. And I was like, I know, you know, none of us knew any of that stuff at that time.
Yeah.
So looking back at it, I'm like, holy shit. Like no one knew, like none of us knew in that whole room, like tons of people just around these girls that had no idea.
Yeah.
And it was just, and I don't know, man, it's just, you think about it and you're like, well, what else don't we know? You know, like what else is shitty, you know?
100%. That's like the
Yeah.
first thing that you think about when something like this, Harvey Weinstein comes out, Bill Cosby, fucking Bill
Yeah.
Cosby, really? Like when
Yeah.
all this stuff comes out, and we have the Me Too movement, and
Mm-hmm.
and then all this topical right now, Johnny Depp in trial.
Oh, dude. He's
That's
so
crazy
guilty.
too.
No, he's so
No,
guilty.
he's
He's my
not.
man. No, he is.
No,
He,
dude. Did you not hear the tapes? Did you not see the video?
I mean, no, I did
Heard
not.
cut his finger off. Amanda Heard or whatever her name is, cut his finger off. We are finding out like through this trial and like right before the trial, I guess, Johnny Depp's lawyers and publicists or whatever started putting out all the stuff that he has gone through. And it turns out he is innocent. And she's the one that has been manipulating and the media and all this stuff and like trying to use the Me Too movement to destroy him. And then all of a sudden, all this tape comes out, and it turns out Johnny Depp didn't do shit. Instead, she has been like burning him with cigars and shit, cutting his finger off. Like he had to get his fucking finger replaced, bro. Like put it repaired.
Shit. I don't know any of this.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit,
wow.
dude. To think about like one of the most beloved Hollywood people, and this is not I'm not saying like that I don't believe any of the Me Too movement. That's not all I'm saying, but like this is one of those cases where it's a wholly different thing. Like it's one of those things where this innocent man who has gone through this shit because someone capitalized on a movement or something like that, or like tried to go farther in their career. And I don't want to go back. I want to say more about the Olympic team too, though, because that shit is so crazy to think about. Like when you hear stories like that, and I know like they say this in the series, but when they say stuff like, I was a kid, I didn't know what to do, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit that people don't think about, like imagine being a 13-year-old girl and not knowing what is happening to you or whatever. Like that is one of the scariest things, because I feel like most people be like, well, why didn't you run? Why didn't you just, why didn't you like do all this stuff? But like,
that's some bullshit, that's some,
it is.
Some, I mean, there's this also, similar to that, age range thing. There's a documentary that just came out on HBO called Showbiz Kids. Do you watch this yet?
No.
All right. So same kind of concept, but it's basically about child actors and about how they get abused, and sometimes they don't really want to be like this superstar or child actor, right? But it ends up happening. So like people like Will Wheaton and what's his name, or what's her name, from 13. Oh man, I can't think.
Oh, wait, I don't remember who's in 13, but I know what you're talking about.
She's in Westworld.
Oh, Rachel Evan Wood.
Yeah. Evan Rachel Wood.
Evan Rachel Wood.
Yeah. So she could like, and all this other like crazy stuff. They talk about like how like, yeah, they wanted to do it for a little bit, but then like some stuff was way uncomfortable, and like most of the time, including, or Evan Rachel Wood specifically says most of the child actor guys that she's ever talked to have been abused.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's on the same tip. Like, it's just gross. It's just insane that that's a thing. But
and then like Corey Feldman and the two Corey story, when he came out with that documentary, that's like the weirdest thing too, because people gave him so much shit for every time he would speak out when the movement was happening, and they were like, and then like Barbara Walters or something like that, you're trying to destroy the whole Hollywood community or whatever. And it's like, bro, he didn't destroy the community. The community destroyed him.
I mean, look at my dude. Like, he's a wacko now. Like, you think that just happens? Like, no. But I mean, getting back to subject though, the Olympic team, dude, that blew my mind. Like, I mean, of course, like that stuff's going to happen. It shouldn't, but of course it's going to in any industry. But like just the sheer volume of how many kids were abused during that, well, by that dude and by other people, and the cover up is just disgraceful. Like,
Yeah.
just disgusting, dude.
That's what I can't wrap my head around. I mean, why? What does the Olympic U.S. team have to cover? Why do they have to cover that up?
Yeah, like what do they have to gain from
Yeah,
from this dude
or
staying
actually,
on?
what do they lose if he gets caught? It's not like the Olympic team themselves are the people who are bad.
Yeah,
And if they found out what it was or whatever, whatever doctor was doing molesting the kids,
yeah.
then they can just go and take the molester, take him out of
Mm-hmm.
the equation. U.S. team is back on top. I don't understand why they had to cover that up.
It doesn't make any.
Do they think that America would really turn on the whole U.S. Olympic team? Like they understand that like everybody loves the U.S. Olympics. Like
Yeah, it's like our time to shine.
yeah.
Yeah. But another thing that comes to mind is like, why wasn't there a female doctor?
Yeah.
You know, why did it have to be this dude? Like, I don't understand that. That's another thing.
I don't know if I remember this.
Like, what?
I don't know if I remember this correctly, but it seemed kind of shady the way he got the job in the first place, didn't it?
Yeah. No. The whole thing, like the whole situation with him being there was weird.
Yeah.
It seemed like some Epstein type shit, like some weird.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother topic.
That next episode. You've been watching that? You watched it already?
Oh, I'll watch that for sure.
We'll get into that next episode. So, all right, I'm gonna say closing words about how I think it's fucked up. Should have never happened. What do you think?
Same, and I hope that documentary will do what the Me Too movement did for the Hollywood industry, where people start speaking up, because I hope that like when little girls see their hero, Michaela or whatever that, there was like some famous Olympians in that, whatever. If they can see them talking about it and saying like, this was wrong, this happened to me, I'm hoping that they'll start speaking up as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the documentary will, serve its point.
All right.
That was a heavy topic. You gotta get a heavy beer after that one.
That's what I'm doing.
Good.
I'm going back to our season 2 finale.
Ooh.
That Lagunitas IPA. Ooh, debatably top 10 IPAs ever.
Debatably. Definitely my top one. That's my favorite.
I think the only one you like.
It's the only one I like for sure.
6.2, so that's a heavy boy for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, it's tasty as hell. Anyway, I haven't had one in a while. I picked it up at the store yesterday. Yeah. I was like, shit, I haven't had this in a minute. We got to run through a couple of these things because we have a hard out in like 20. So, me and Drew have both been watching HBO's I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Right? You have been watching it?
No.
All right. So
you tell me to watch it?
I'm about to give it a sum up for Drew. Or as a background on Drew Pasley, really into true crime. Me and Drew may or may not have a true crime thing in the works eventually. Yeah. Hint. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, HBO's I'll Be Gone in the Dark, which you should be watching, comes on Sundays. Tonight is episode 4, and it is about the Golden State Killer. Yeah. So if you didn't know, Golden State Killer, it is fucked up to the max, bro. Like it is really fucked up.
Oh, is this the guy that would like lure? He was a photographer. Is that him?
Okay. No. I think that was that other movie with what's his name? Shit.
Well, I just listened to a podcast about this guy. I thought he was a Golden State Killer, but he must have been a different serial
No,
killer.
this dude would like. All right, so he started out in like I think Sacramento it was, and basically he went around like these. They found out later on, of course, obviously, but they found out that he was going along like.
Is this the plates guy?
No.
The plates, but okay.
No.
So, go ahead.
Just
Sorry.
listen, bro. He's going along like these walking paths and like river paths and like stalking people in their windows in like the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And was it the 70s? It might have been earlier, but this dude never got caught until this year. Ooh. Okay. He's an old man now. Okay. Mm. And he got caught from like something like ancestry.com or something.
Oh,
something crazy. So anyway, this man, dude, the things this dude would do, basically, all right, I'm gonna give you one instance. He, at a certain point, he started, the cop or the media called him out for not like attacking while there was a man in the house. And once he saw that, he attacked a couple, obviously. Yeah. What this dude did, all right, so he'd go in the house. He'd shine a light in your face so you couldn't see him, right? He had a ski mask on, pants off, dick hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just straight weird from the start. And so he'd hog tie you, basically, like tie you. And then for the dude, he'd leave you in the room and put plates on your back.
That's what I said. That's what I said, the plates. I said the plates. I thought you were
talking about license plates. Yeah, same dude.
Okay.
Anyway. I was like, no license plate tracking. What are you talking about?
It's the plates. He put the plates on the men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, this dude's nuts. Anyway, Patton Oswalt's wife was basically the reason this guy got caught. So it's her story about how she tracked him and like figured out basically who he was.
Whoa.
It's insane. But it's fucked up because she died before they caught him. Yeah. Anyways, go check it out. Highly recommend.
I gotta check that out.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, Catherine told me about that. She heard about that dude on a podcast. And the podcast came out right when the Ancestry.com thing was released that, they found the DNA of the serial killer or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, to think about someone coming in rock hard.
Dude,
put plates on me,
dude. I'm telling you, put plates on me, bro. You know I'm gonna try to like get him. I'm gonna try to do one of these motions, like scoot him off onto the bed or something.
You try to scoot him off with a shoulder shrug. Scoot him off with a shoulder shrug.
I'm just gonna do one of these. Do a little wiggle worm off onto a pillow or something. I don't know.
Your sweaty ass will just slide them off. They just slide off your ass.
But you ain't gonna hear shit. I'm gonna cover anyway. Yeah. So go watch that. But this leads into our next thing, what we're watching. So during COVID-19, there's a lot of time to watch shit. So besides that, I'm watching that. That's like our serialized thing that we're watching right now. Mm-hmm. But I also watched this thing on Hulu called I got three things for you. So Hulu, the Palm Springs movie. You know this movie?
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm listening.
It's with Andy Samberg and I don't know her name, but the person who ends up being the mom from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Wait, isn't that a new movie?
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
It's really good. I was skeptical because it's a Groundhog Days movie, type of thing.
Yeah,
but like hits all the marks, dude. It's original. It's good. Go check it out. Another thing, been watching, and you're gonna check the shit out of me. Everyone's gonna check the shit out of me for this one. So Hulu also has a lot of random like cartoons and stuff they're from, I guess, childhood for us, right? And Meg started putting on Sailor Moon, right? Mm-hmm. In the mornings on the weekends. She was
Was
like,
the
you know what?
anime?
Yeah, Sailor Moon. Anyways, so she started putting this on when in the mornings, and I was like, I'd go and make breakfast or go make the coffee or whatever. But I'm not going to deny that I haven't sat down and watched a few episodes of the Sailor Moon Crystal.
Oh, no.
And I'm tell you what right now, it's exactly the same shit that I remembered from middle school.
Dang.
But it's weird. It's weird going. The reason I bring this up is because like it makes me think of other cartoons that I watched growing up, like Scooby Doo or Johnny Quest, or like
Oh, classic. Oh,
yeah,
classic.
yeah, and like just random stuff that were like, oh man, I could watch that too. Like that, all this stuff is like either on like Hulu or Netflix or Disney or something.
Yeah.
It's just it's weird to go back and see a series like that you watch as a kid, and like, to be honest, Sailor Moon was the show that came on after the show I was watching, so I'd always catch a little bit and then dip out. But but yeah, I don't know, it's weird. What have you been watching?
First off, yeah, I'm gonna pick on you for watching anime. So let's go ahead and just rip that
I
off
give a
real
fuck.
quick.
And just get it, get out of me, bro.
You get that neck beard on too. You're a grown ass man watching anime.
That's all good.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna rip on that. I don't watch anime, but
See, I don't
it
either
is
super
super popular, right? It's like people
I
are
don't know.
into it. Me, I honestly haven't watched anything new recently. You can pick on me because I've been watching some primetime ass shit, television. How to Get Away with Murder, bruh. It is so fucking good. And
That show? Really?
yeah, the reason why I like it so much, one, because all the people got some fucked up shit going on with them that I don't have to worry about my life. So I like that aspect of it. But Viola Davis, one of the best actors, she can act anybody.
Oh yeah.
And seeing her like go off on a episode or on a scene or whatever is super like inspiring because she's so good. So I watch that. Watch a couple episodes of Futurama every now and then, and Arrested Development.
You know what? Arrested Development's not something that I tried to watch a while back and never got into. I think I should give it another shot.
Yeah, you should. You love your boy Michael Cera. You know you love him.
My God, there's just certain things that Michael Cera is hilarious in. Like, was it the
Superbad?
No, well, Superbad. Superbad is one of my favorite movies ever.
I know it is.
I saw Superbad in 3 different ways. I saw Superbad at a fucking drive-in.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I saw it in the movie theater, and I saw it, at home. So
now you used to watch that while you like did dishes or cooked or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's one of my background. It's one of my background movies for sure. But Arrested Development, like, no, I'm talking about like what is that movie that they did? The World's End, or no, that's Simon Pegg.
Oh, you talking about the one he did with Jack Black?
No.
You're one.
No. When they were
I know what you're talking about.
End of the.
And yeah. With all of those guys, Seth.
Yeah, everybody was like played themselves.
Yeah.
But like Michael Cera was like a heightened, like coked out version of himself.
Yeah.
And he was like getting his ass eaten in a bathroom, like doing coke. Like there's no reason
slap
for that.
Rihanna on the ass.
Oh my God, it's the best. This is the best Michael Cera performance ever. Okay, well that's Drew's recommendation. Go watch Superbad, or go watch that movie. Just go watch all of them. So while we got a few more minutes, Drew, give us this update on The Last of Us.
You can just skip it because I haven't played it since. I've been too busy.
All right, so Drew's fucking up. He's not playing anything. Not playing shit. I have decided. Okay, so since the PS5 is coming out this year. That's what they say. And the Xbox One or Series X coming out this year. And I am obliged to say something about Nintendo. So here's something about Nintendo. Shout out to you, boy. But anyways, since the PS5 is coming out, I've been trying to run through these PlayStation exclusive games that like I probably should have played before now, but like haven't played. So I didn't restart, but like I started from the file I had of Horizon Zero Dawn, because the sequel, Forbidden West, got announced at the PlayStation reveal event. So I mean, it's cool. It's a third person action game, right up my alley. Same shit I always play. But yeah, I've been playing that, and I jumped back in to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, because I was like, you know what? I'm just trying to be a pirate right now. Sometimes you just got to be a pirate. So I was like, I'm going to be a pirate for a little while.
You stay on them Assassin's Creed.
I do. I really like them. I mean, they're right up my alley, though. Like third-person adventure games. Yeah. Like that's my shit. Like that is what Uncharted is.
Oh yeah, it's the best series.
Yeah. So I figured out though, like those type of games, third-person adventure action games, and like puzzle games are like the things that I like. So, jumped into that, and I don't know if you've seen, but here's another Nintendo reference, you boy. Nintendo Switch Online subscription just got Donkey Kong Country, the first one. Yeah, for the SNES Online thing.
Yeah.
And bruh, Donkey Kong's what's up. Like, it's hard as shit still, but
games are so fucking unforgiving.
They really are.
Fuck you up.
Yeah. But it's a fun thing about it. When those came out, they came out on like this past week sometime. Nintendo posted little videos of the cheats that were built into the game. So like on their official Twitter, they showed videos of tweets of like their the cheats of it. So like, start with 50 lives and like switch between Diddy and Donkey, like whenever, stuff like that. I was like, that's pretty cool. Like releasing the cheats like right away, but like, you don't have to go look it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
that's so funny because like when I was a kid, I didn't think that cheat codes and shit like that were made from the developers. I thought that it was like something that just like nobody knew about, and that you had to go and like go to GameStop or something and buy like a little manual to find it.
Dude.
But like I grew up, and obviously, yes, they put those in there. But I used to go get those like Mortal Kombat cheat codes.
Oh man, before the internet, it was rough, guys. I'm just letting you know.
It's real hard to get a cheat code.
It was rough. There was like that dude on the street that had he knew all the things.
One of your friends always knew a cheat code that you didn't, and
oh yeah,
or had like one of those books.
Oh yeah, like getting like an official guide for something was like a thing that a lot of people did back in the day.
I had a Mortal Kombat 3 guide or whatever, and it had the cheat codes, but what they were kind of like fucked up because the system that the codes were for was different than the system that I had. So like, I had to interpret what the cheat code was on the system or whatever, and I found out like 3 or 4 of them. But it was like Mortal Kombat 3 for, I don't know, 64. No, they didn't do that for the 64.
Either
Sony.
Well, unless you got the collection one, I think there was a Mortal Kombat collection in 64. But you probably had it for like the. Did you have a Super Nintendo? It was for Super Nintendo, yeah.
But the pamphlet, the booklet that I had was not for Super Nintendo.
So Sega. Sega Genesis was still a thing.
It might have been Sega for sure. Because I had to like what is the X for this?
And that's a deep cut. How about this for a deep cut though? Game Genie.
I remember that.
Your boy.
Game Genie?
Bruh, the first time I saw so background on a Game Genie. Game Genie is basically this thing that you would put into your console and then put like the game on top of the fucking Game Genie. And then like you could enter codes to unlock stuff, like whatever. Like, and it came with like a little book, and then like you could look up stuff or like call into a number, I think. Anyways, Game Genie was a thing before like the digital world, right? So and it was just the first time, dude. I don't know about you. First time I saw a Game Genie put in something, I was like, what is this? What did you just do? Did you break my game just now? Like, because it comes up with a full menu before. I straight up thought that this person had broken my shit. I was like a child, so I was like, I don't know what to do right now. I'm pissed off though.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you with another deep cut.
Oh, do it.
Cheat Code CC. You remember Cheat Code CC though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, Cheat Code CC, right when the internet first started, somebody had the audacity to create a motherfucking whole world of cheat codes. And
I think it was called, what's it called? Cheatcodecentral.com. I think that's what it's called.
Well, everybody just called it Cheat Code CC because it was like to type it in the website, it was cheatcodecc.com or whatever. And I don't know, like, Cheat Code Central City. I don't know what
I don't know.
I don't know what the last C was, but
it was. That was early internet. That was what that was.
Early internet.
Yeah.
That was like before porn internet.
Oh no. You could probably download something. Take you 2 weeks on a modem though.
Or Napster though.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it was all right. Let's talk about loading an image back in the old internet.
No, we ain't gonna go through the history of the internet.
Oh shit! I'm gonna tell you something right now. Somebody that I know. All right, so back in the day, IGN.com was called N64.com. Okay, and they bought this fucking the domain name, and then Nintendo had to buy it back from them. But they had these, like me and Drew were just talking about, these walkthroughs, like a full-on book.
Oh
yeah. I swear to you that people in my middle school sold those things, like would print them out and sell them. Yes.
The big brain kids.
And I 100% know for a fact I have Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time one at my parents' house right now. It's like 85 pages deep, like binded with those little clippy things, like the gold clippies. Bruh, I'm telling you, there was shit I didn't know about. I was like, Big Goron sword. What the hell? Like, you can, what? Yeah. Like, oh, I can bomb this ground, like random ground in the middle of nowhere, and there's something down there?
Dude.
Blew my mind.
I remember an IGN walkthrough. Bruh, do you remember having to scroll through all of those, like, they made like little animated things, like
my God.
The dashes and stuff?
That's what this is.
Like 20 fucking thousand things. That's why that was like 180 pages, because there was all these, like, people were making like a Mario symbol if it was a Mario thing or a Zelda symbol. I was like, bro, come on, just tell me how to beat level 12.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, and it's one of those things, like, you look at it, you could probably look at it now. There's probably like some old internet shit that you could look at, but back in the day, if you try to like click on one of those images that Nintendo provided for them, bro, it was taking you a minute. Like, you had to like, you clicked on the thing, like, oh, well, I guess I'll go throw some pizza rolls in the oven. Like, this shit gonna be a minute, you know. Or like tried to download an album. Bro, I tell you, I tried to download this album in 2005, and your boy was up till 1 a.m. trying to get this shit. It was only 12 tracks, you know what I'm saying? It was 2005. Like, it's one that long ago, 15 years. You know what I'm
saying? I remember back 2001, 2 or whatever, when Napster and Morpheus and all those programs,
LimeWire. Yeah.
I remember the fucked up thing about those programs is people would fuck with you so hard and they would put something on there, like if you downloaded like a Nas album or something like that, and you click on a Nas, whatever, da da da, it downloads and you finally get it, and it's like Britney Spears,
Oh yeah.
like name shit, like
I mean, there was other shit on there though that like you're saying, like just mean shit that would like you download it like you. All right, so I'm gonna pull another one. Say you like download like a Biggie album, right?
Mhm.
Like you download this shit and it would just straight crash your computer, like it would be done.
yeah,
And then you have to explain to your parents like why your computer don't work no more. And you'd be like, I don't know. I was playing Flight Simulator. This shit broke. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like Minesweeper fucked this thing up. Blew this thing out the water. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of, I heard, well, this was when I was like 13 or 14, and I heard that somebody that my parents knew, or somebody that my mom or grandma knew, whose kid downloaded porn on their computer of like someone their age, and then their parents got arrested for child pornography. I remember finding out about that, and that was like the first time that I was like, "Oh fuck, our parents could get arrested for us doing this." So I was like, "I'm never going."
All right. A quick story on this one. There's a guy I know. All right. So speaking about porn, so at this time, usually at this time, people didn't have like personal computers. It was usually like a desktop in like somewhere in someone's house,
Yeah,
and like it was like a family thing. Like you would use it,
100%.
whatever, right? So I know this guy.
That's you.
No, it wasn't me. I promise you it wasn't me. But I promise you know who this person is. Anyway, this dude, and shout out to you, boy, if you're listening. This dude got grounded multiple times because he got caught beating off to porn at their family room, like computer.
Oh.
I'm telling you, my dude, if you knew where this computer was, there's no way you're whipping your dick out at this time.
That shit.
All right. So this computer, all right, you open the front door of this house. That's where the computer was. Front door of the house. This man just in the hallway, like the entryway, doing his thing,
No.
Yeah. And this is, early internet. So this shit wasn't loading fast. Like you couldn't click out quick. Like it wasn't going to go away fast,
I swear you click the X button, it's going to take about 30 seconds. It's going to go to the head.
You just freeze. It freezes on a titty or something. And you'd be like, fuck.
This generation will never know about like what we went through with downloading images and like having them on the screen.
They won't.
You have to prepare for that image to like load up, but you also have to prepare for that image to go away once you finally click it. And sometimes that bitch didn't go away.
No. You better hope you didn't save that shit to your desktop, because that was not going away, my dude. Like, all right, so people talk about gigabytes and like terabytes and whatever. Bro, we were working with kilobytes. You know what I'm saying? Like KBs. You know what I'm saying?
They're KBs, bro.
KBs were not hidden. You know what I'm saying? They were not megabytes. It was not the same game. Like it took you 2 hours to download some image, like one picture. Bro, I'm telling you, all these motherfuckers on Instagram, MySpace, Facebook, whatever, none of that shit was gonna work at the time of the internet we're talking about. Like this shit wouldn't load. You know what I'm saying?
I remember going to the internet and thinking like, there's only like 5 websites.
Oh yeah. Dude, when I found out that there was like infinite websites, I was like, bro, I can see them all. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna look at all.
I'm gonna look at every single one of them. Do you remember?
That's the thing, though.
Do you remember the whitehouse.com?
Bro, I remember all of these websites. Like there were things that like in like 5th grade, well, I guess 5th grade for us, like this is like 96, 97, I think, when internet was like just a thing. Like, dude, we were on, you remember webcrawler.com?
I remember web crawler now.
Webcrawler was basically Google back in the day, but it's shittier. And yeah, man, like legit, they would like train us on like, all right, open webcrawler.com, type it in, and you'd be like, oh shit, I did it right. You know? Like you'd be psyched that you typed in a website right back in then.
Yeah. Oh, for 100%. Because they'd be telling you to type that HTTPS, all that shit.
Oh my God.
And well, here's the thing. Two websites became famous in our town. Whitehouse.com, which is a porn website, and Jefferson, the Jeffersons.com, which people thought, because it was a popular TV show.
Yeah.
It was a porn. Porn.
So I said that earlier that I knew what those were, but like those were not ones that I was fucking with.
You want to fucking White? You want to fucking White House?
No, the thing was like I was always trying to outsmart my parents. So like I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna get caught. I'm gonna like look at this like random shit, and I'm gonna learn how to delete my browsing history. Mm-hmm. So I did that. I wasn't looking at like the shit that everybody else was.
So when Whitehouse.com got popular, I remember I looked at it on our family computer, and I saw it, clicked on a few images or whatever, and it was like pretty classy. It wasn't like some raunchy ass porn or whatever. It was just like tops only or something like that, blah, blah, blah. And so I did that, and I thought that I deleted my history, that recent history thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was only like 13, 14. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So then like maybe a week later or so, my brother had told me that he went to it and he had seen some stuff, whatever, da. And then this is some shitty ass shit. I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Are you gonna blow your brother out right there?
No, it's me. I'm the bad guy here.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so then I decided I was going to go to the website or whatever, and I did it. Went to the website or whatever. I didn't even masturbate because I don't even think I was masturbating at the time. I was like maybe like 12, 13, or whatever. I don't care. And then I went to the website, and because I didn't know how to delete the history properly, I ran to my mom. And I was like,
no.
Oh, no, there's a porn site on the history, and I don't know where it came from.
Oh, no.
So she comes up, she goes to the website, and she's pissed, mad. She thinks that I did. She was like, and I was like, just look at the history, and you'll see it wasn't me. And so, sure enough, she went to the history, and she saw where Lee went to it a week earlier or something like that, And I was like, oh, thank God. And so I didn't get grounded or anything, even though I straight up snitched on my brother.
Oh my God.
Oh, he deserved it.
What's up, Jane? What's up, Lee?
They'll never listen to this podcast.
Oh man. Yeah, no, they won't. But if they ever do, they're gonna be bummed out just the same.
I straight up tattled on my brother and tried to get away with the mess.
See, I don't know, and I exposed my brother to plenty of terrible things throughout our lives, but I don't know when that particular type of stuff ever came up. Right. I really cannot even think about it. When I was when you're a teenage guy or whatever, and like you're hanging out with other dudes, you're like, oh man, it's late. Let's try to find something random on like Cinemax or something. This is when Cinemax was dirty,
I remember.
And like maybe that was it. Like maybe that was like a certain point, but like, yeah, I don't think I didn't have an older brother to snitch on, so it was like always.
It was always your fault.
It was always my fault, or like I would just be like, nah, he ain't doing shit. Like what are you talking about? Like I don't even know what he's talking about. Like he probably heard that shit at school or something.
Oh, he telling you?
I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't think I got in trouble that much. All right. So with that, let's go with our last topic. The little things. What do you got, my dude?
Let's see. My little thing. I don't know, man. I haven't really had much. Why don't you start it off and let me think for a second. You
All
got
right.
any?
Yeah, no. So actually, we've been dropping the ball on doing our positive thing.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to definitely say something that I've seen positive that I appreciate. And so recently we were around some friends and we told them that hey, we're still social distancing, like, we got to do this thing and we can't get, we can't get sick like right now. So like, please keep your distance. And they were actually cool about it. And that is a little thing that I wanted to say, like, that's pretty cool that like people are actually, even though like you've known them for a long time or whatever, they're like respecting that notion. But also another little thing, I am glad that I'm actually glad for the time I've had home. Like my little thing is me and my wife never got to have a honeymoon because we just weren't financially able to at the time. And even though we planned on doing one this year, like we were going to go to Europe this year to like do Europe things. And even though that's not going to happen now, we've had this whole time, considering that we work together or we work for the same place, we've been able to work from home. So it's like we've had all of this time together that we normally wouldn't have. So
Yeah.
that's my little thing. It's like, it's a little thing that's based on a negative thing. So it's like seeing the light in the bad,
Why you gonna say dark?
I should have said in the dark.
You should say light in the dark.
I'm scared of the dark though, you know what I'm saying?
My little thing is when Pat says the right phrase. No.
Oh, bro, I don't ever say the right phrase. I don't ever say the right words. I don't like it's. I think something's wrong with my brain. Like I don't know.
No, I am the same way. I fucking,
I fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I said something on a car ride, and we were Catherine and I said something, and I said the wrong word or whatever, and she called me out on it. I was like, you know what? You don't have to call me out. You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You ain't got to call me out.
That's the thing. Like I do that shit too. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me piggyback off of one of your little things because I felt like you learn more about your relationships when you are kind of in a situation like this, right?
Yeah.
Because like, both you and Meg had full-time jobs where you were separate for 8 hours a day or whatever. And Catherine and I, even though I work mostly from home, had a similar situation where she was working 6 days a week somewhere. And you learn about your relationship, and it's like it's a building experience, and it's a whole different kind of dynamic. And yeah, I've been enjoying it too, and I've been enjoying like the things that are coming out of it, the communication that we have. Like it's a lot different because I see myself like when we get into fights or something like that, I'll not concede because I don't want to concede, but I'll listen to her. I'll listen to her more clearly now, and I'll hear what she's saying because we are experiencing the same stuff, Yeah. She's with me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the communication is like really amplified now, and like we get through our arguments a lot quicker and healthier, Yeah.
I've noticed that too. Actually, speaking about fights, it's like, all couples get in fights or little arguments or whatever, and they want to be right. But yeah, I think particularly like growing through this pandemic, we've definitely got to a point where maybe this is a thing that happens to couples like years after years of being together. But like we've gotten to a point where like, yeah, we'll argue like ferociously, like, but then it just stops and we're just like, all right, that's done. You know, we got that out of our system.
Yeah,
So
we're a little different, but I could see that being effective as well. Like just like
yeah.
letting it all out, and then yeah, we
Or
I think yeah. I mean, I see it.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of it's almost relieving because it's like when you get in a fight, like if I got in a fight with like my buddy or like with Drew or somebody or with my brother, then like you could maybe you want to hold a grudge, you know, but like at this point, like it feels like we're at a point where it's just like there's no point, you know, there's no point in holding any kind of resentment, grudge, anything. It's just like, you know, we got each other. That's it, you know.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of something like that right now, and the person that's upset with me won't talk to me, and it's driving me crazy because like I mean I'm thinking about it like almost every day, and I'm having to deal with someone. I'm a very sensitive person, so someone you know, like no, don't make a face. I'm so sensitive that like I don't want people to not like me, but like when I get to this point where someone won't even let me defend myself by like letting me talk to them, it's really it's very counterproductive because whatever I did to you that makes you upset, like I don't want that, or I didn't mean that, or I don't need that. I want to make everybody happy. So it's just like why keep me, you know,
Yeah.
I that's it's a good point for everybody. Just like communicate because
Yeah.
most likely that person really is not mad at you or whatever. They just really need to communicate something that you're not listening to, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to one of those things like we have people in our lives and you might as well if you really like them, love them, then you might as well just deal with their shit and like whatever. You know, like you only have the people you have. You don't have everybody's back. You know, everybody's back. Everybody's not going to back you. You know, you
For
should
sure.
really appreciate the people that have your back.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of, actually,
Well, I got your back.
yes, I know you boy has your back. You know, but no, I wanted to shout out some. We are currently. I know we've talked about it before, but we've currently been reaching out to some old friends. So maybe you know, put a big maybe on that one. Hear from some of them eventually. Maybe some old guests, maybe
Ooh.
some old friends, maybe
Mm.
some old sponsors.
Oh,
Who knows? But yeah, shout out to all those dudes and ladies and everybody else. I think this has been it. You know, this is probably post. You know, you'd be listening to this shit. You'd be like, "Damn, when's the next one out?" Just count how many beers are in your pack. That's when the next one's out. All right. So it's been your boys, Pat Artist, Drew Pasley. Hit us up, quicksixerpodcast@gmail.com.